Today I want to share some solo date ideas that are all focused around journaling and writing prompts. When I went through the Artist's Way book by Julia Cameron, one of the things that she has you do is a whole bunch of different tasks, different list of tasks for each week. Between the tasks and the journaling that she has you do, I have filled 3 of these books and I'm working on the 4th, so I've been doing a lot of writing and found it very therapeutic to be able to take the time to write out my thoughts and really think about things. And I think it's a great exercise to figure yourself out a little bit, take the time to pay attention to what's important to you and what brings you joy. So that is the point of the solo dates, and that is the point of this video. So I'm gonna share some of these writing prompt ideas with you, and hopefully some of them will spark your interest and you'll find yourself trying them out for your own solo dates. The first one is to write about a cherished memory. I've always been kind of passionate about documenting memories, and I've done that through photography and making photo books and scrapbooks, and I've done that through journaling and sometimes home video. And I think the reason why that's important to me is because of the way that you can experience the feelings and emotions of the experience way after the fact as you revisit what happened, and you can really remember those details as you take time to reflect on them. So prompt number 1 is to write about a cherished memory and to describe in detail what happened and how it made you feel, and just let yourself revisit those feelings and experiences. The second prompt may lead you to future artist date or solo date ideas. Artist date being what it's called in the book, The Artist's Way. This one is to write down 5 goals that you would like to accomplish this month, and take the time to break them down into actionable steps and further down to baby steps. And once you've decided whether you really do want to try to tackle all 5 goals or just some of the goals, pick something that you do want to work on this month and really focus on how can I start taking steps toward achieving that goal, and then see if some of those might apply to future artist dates. And the third one is also about reflecting, like the first idea, but this one takes you in a bit of a different direction. So this one is to write about a time when you stepped out of your comfort zone, and not just to write about it, but to think about how did it feel and what did you learn, and think about how you want to apply that lesson in the future. Okay, this is a good one. List 5 people who you admire and write about why you admire them. Take time to reflect on the qualities that they have that you'd like to embody, and think about how you could practice them. And this one can, again, move you into a future solo date idea, which is to take time to write a letter to one or a couple of these people and thank them for the influence that they've had on your life, or tell them about the way that they've inspired you. The next one is kind of imaginative. It's to write about 10 things that could unexpectedly happen to bring you joy or excitement. And the reason I like this one is because I think we can get so used to using our imagination to think about the worst case scenarios and to worry about the what ifs. And those are just as likely as these what ifs, the positive what ifs. So take some time to use your imagination to imagine up possible, unexpected, awesome things that could happen to surprise you, instead of thinking about the negative, worrisome possible outcomes that could occur and worrying about how you could deal with those. Think about the positives and think about how you deal with those and how awesome they'd be. Because when you're thinking about these things, I think it's easy for your body to assume that they're happening. And so when you're worrying about something really negative that could happen, it's almost like you're experiencing it and your body is reacting physically to this stress and feeling stressed, even though nothing's actually happening. And I think the same can be true if you take the time to use your imagination to think through those positive things. Instead of the stressful reaction, you get a bit of a happy, uplifting experience and maybe some peaceful feelings of comfort. Next is kind of like a gratitude journaling exercise, except this time instead of writing about things that you're grateful for, I want you to try writing about things that you're proud of, things that you've done or accomplished. And this reminds me of the accomplishment board concept that I talked about in a previous video, so if that sounds intriguing to you, I will put a link up in the corner for you to check it out. And going along with the gratitude and accomplishment focus, I have 2 more prompts that go along with that. The first one is to make a list of what I love about my life right now. just general things that you're really happy about the way things are. And the second one is to write about 10 things you're grateful for in the present moment. So focus right in on the current moment right now. And they can be tiny things, big things, it doesn't matter. Just try to come up with 10 things in the present moment that you're grateful for. Okay, I think we're up to 10, but I actually have a few extras, so I'm going to keep going. The next one is to create a joy journal. Very similar to the concept of a gratitude journal, but focus specifically on joy and the experiences, the joyful experiences that you have in your day or in your week. And as you focus on those things, it makes you more aware of the ones that are already in existence, and I think it also makes you look for opportunities to create joy as well. And it's the same thing with gratitude. So if you've tried a gratitude journal before, maybe try putting this little twist on it and focus more on joyful moments. Write a dialogue between you and your inner critic. This is something that I am always doing in my little morning pages book. Whenever I am sorting through something that's difficult or frustrating to me, I will just start writing it out. Maybe not quite like a dialogue, but this could be an interesting exercise, because as you're writing out the negative things, you can kind of respond to yourself. Counter the discouraging thoughts with positive, encouraging thoughts. And you might be surprised by the advice that you're capable of giving yourself. It might be just what you need to hear. Journal about what freedom means to you and reflect on how you can bring more freedom into your life and how you could use future solo dates to do that. And if the weather is good where you are, I hope you find yourself some freedom by getting outdoors. Last week's video was all about outdoor solo date ideas, so if you want to check that out, I will leave you a link.